defend the land we conquered back in high command. I don't wanna be the only driver. Settle down today, we'll find a way to run towards what we have made. Take my hand and drive tonight. We'll find a way to bring back sunlight. We will find a way. Don't tell me, I'll find a way. Don't break me, I'm here to stay. All these dreams go passing by, we'll find a way to bring back sunlight. Don't tempt me, I'll find a way. We will find a way. Settle for the last remaining dancer. Can we take flight and do what's right? Damage the side of modern life. Don't wanna be the lone survivor. Don't tell me, I'll find a way. Don't break me, I'm here to stay. All these dreams go passing by, we'll find a way to bring back sunlight. Don't tempt me, I'll find a way. We will find a way. Break me, I'm here to stay. All these dreams go passing by, we'll find a way to bring back sunlight. Don't tempt me, I'll find a way. We will find a way.
Greetings, everybody. I am Rob Wilson of Arstellations. Happy 4th of July. Hopefully, everyone had a great 4th of July. I did. I actually got to see some fireworks that were not explosions, real explosions. First time I seen fireworks in person, front row seat, in 10 years. So, yes, I have experience in being a workaholic. That's my own downfall. But in 2022, I made damn sure well that I would make a point to enjoy 4th of July as a true red-blooded American. In my area, they had all these events and vendors and food, all kinds of cool stuff. I thought it was pretty cool. You know, it was my first time kind of being part of the community. But what did you do for your 4th of July? Inquiring minds would like to know. So, greetings to everyone. I hope you did have a good, safe 4th of July, no stress. Hopefully it was better than all the rest. And if it's true, yes, please testify. Because that's what we want to know. Well, at least share it with me, and then I'll share it with others if, you know, feel so inclined to. And I'm all for it, you know. If you have a good time, you have a good time. And, you know, I'm here for an hour. As I said last week, I was going to have a lot of stuff going on. And if I was able to stream on Wednesday and Thursday, then I would have followed through throughout the weekend. But because I couldn't stream those days, I had to work extra. I really couldn't do much in the weekend neither. And then Saturday it hit me. WWE proudly brings to you Money in the Bank. So I saw that, and that was pretty good. Had some family over, and you know, kind of pointed out to my my sibling that you know, hey, there were almost, I think there were more female matches than there were male matches, which is pretty cool. I mean, whether it's male, female wrestling, I enjoy it, you know. They keep it semi-entertaining. I'll laugh at it. I'll boo at it. I'll cheer at it, you know. In the words of Batista, you people boo me, I boo back. You people cheer me, I cheer back. Which made no sense. Infinite Kanye West pink shirt look. And you know, on the side note, what's going on with freaking Kanye West looking like Antifa, sweating? Looked like somebody was shocking him up under that jacket, forcing him to say all that stuff about how much he loved Puffy. But you know, when you look back, Puffy was rocking the black mohawk. Kanye was rocking the black mohawk, but I thought Kanye was more of a student of Jay-Z's, which it looks like Jay-Z kind of dropped him off, and he got replaced with a different handler. Ain't no telling how that whole underworld works. It's all trifling and funky, you know. All the stuff that Kanye West was going through with his kid, dealing with Kim, and then all of a sudden, Puffy was the greatest artist of all time. Of all time. You know, basically, that's what that was at the BET Awards. And, you know, hey, ain't no telling how they compromise you. Them cameras off, it might get you. And going back to the Money in the Bank, let's not get sidetracked. Going back to Money in the Bank. Speaking of coming to get you, I found out, major announcement that, was it Logan Paul? Is it Logan Paul or Jake Paul? I think Logan Paul. That signed a WWE contract to fight The Miz. I think at SummerSlam? Yeah. So Logan Paul, yeah. Official. And then he wrote down on paper, it was like, I'm coming for you, Miz. Yo, I got a couple of buddies of mine that We know that those are fighting words, and especially when Dr. Umar Johnson says them. World renowned, world's greatest black school hustler. Just got to call it out for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Master of the block party when people don't, when he don't like what people saying. But yeah, that's what that quote reminds me of. I got a buddy of mine, we used to joke about that. But yeah, 4th of July, okay? It's supposed to be some time you take out to spend time with your family. Reflect on the independence of the United States of America. That's where we're here, that's where I'm at. And, you know, really take some time to appreciate all the wars and stuff that have not only broken out through this country, that this country has helped fight against in order to prevent enemies to hit our shores. So in a way, Memorial Day and Independence Day go hand in hand because you had to have soldiers on the front lines to fight for independence. And not every soldier made it back to their family. So I think that's very important. Now, I want to make sure I emphasize, you know, those with good intentions of serving their country, not freaking back alley corporate politicians that want to start a war just to line their own pockets. Now, I get it. You know, every war has got some bankers or investors waiting to screw over people and perform huge droves of mass sacrifice, you know, for the war and, you know, that cause. But you got people in America and some people from, you know, other countries that have come to America and have wanted to serve in our U.S. military to give something back to what America has given them. I can't knock that. You know, I'm not going to say somebody's dumb for joining the military. Hell, I joined. At the same time, you know, hey, I respect people with good intentions of actually defending the country. Not sit back playing corporate games. Oh, somebody's got an oil spigot. We need to go over there, so let's create a reason to go fight. I'm not for that at all because it's a resource issue that could be solved right at home. So that's all I got to say about that. I'm going to be working on some more stuff, but I want to go ahead and take some time out and let you guys, I want to highlight How to Draw Comics. I was noticing that Corey Barton had been putting on a couple of short videos for his courses that are over on Skillshare. So, yeah, they're about 25 minutes, 18 minutes is the shortest one. So I'm going to go ahead and, I guess they call that e-fapping, but I'm going to go ahead and let that play and let y'all enjoy that, you know. I'm working on my stuff as usual. I'll show it to you before I end the stream. But hopefully, you know, you guys get something out of the comic art tutorials from howtodrawcomics.net. And I'll go ahead and get started with that.
Hey, it's Clayton here from howtodrawcomics.net and bartonbrostudios.com, and in this tutorial you're going to be learning about how to draw the human mouth from the front and side views. Now this lesson is actually part of a larger class that you can access on howtodrawcomics.net and Skillshare via the links in the description below. It's going to cover not only the standard points of view for the mouth, but also those trickier dynamic angles. Alright, well without further ado, let's jump straight into this. You could define a mouth with just a line. So I'm going to get my blue pen out here. Let's draw them out. We'll draw the mouth from the front, we'll draw it from the side in a 3/4 view, the standard views to begin with. Let's just draw a mouth opening. I always start with the mouth opening first, and we can define that as a line. And the really cool thing is that you can define a sad mouth like this, or a happy mouth, I know that seems really oversimplified, but I'm telling you, it doesn't need to be more complicated than that. And let me show you why. Because I'm going to turn these all into finished mouths that we're looking at from the front.
And again, these are
I'll get
who I
my black
learned
pen
from.
out here.
So
And check this out. What I'll do when it comes to laying in a mouth, when it comes to drawing it out, the final version of it, is I start with the middle, which is basically a little downward triangle, an arrow, and then I'll draw out a line from there, from the middle point, that runs out to the sides, on either side of the mouth, and into the corners. And I usually break that line, so if I was drawing the mouth opening up here, this is what it would look like. The darkest points are going to be in the middle and at the sides. We'll draw that out. And then, once I've got the mouth opening in, it's just a matter of placing in the lips. I'll place in the top lip. On a female character, of course, the lips are going to be fuller, plumper, juicier looking than on a male, and also more defined as well. Again, they've got more contrast usually. And you can get lips of varying thicknesses and shapes as well. It also comes down to style, you know, the way in which you like to draw men or women. You know, if you take, for example, Michael Turner, he draws very big, plump, thick-looking lips.
Michael Turner's another one that I keep on.
And then I'll lay in a fairly
trio
defined,
of
dark-looking line for the
artists
bottom
I
lip.
emulate.
I'll even indicate the underside plane of the bottom of the mouth muzzle. And then I'll lay in the sides of the lips, bottom of the lips. And you'll notice that they're not a defined line, okay? So I'm not drawing this. I'm not drawing this single line all the way around. I mean, that would work, but it wouldn't look as good. You know, and then we could do the same thing for these other mouth examples. Okay, so this one's going to be a slightly sadder mouth. So you can really go ahead and create an expression for the mouth with a single line if you want to. And you can do it quite easily and quite simply. Add in a little dip for the top lip. And then indicate, in other words, not fully define, but just indicate visually the outline of the top lip. For the bottom lip, well, oftentimes what you'll find is that the chin muscle pulls the lip up when the mouth is looking a little sad. It's something that looks like this. If you want to take it to the next level, you can. You can start shading the lips. I don't really shade the lips of male characters, but if I want to show that this female character, for example, is wearing lipstick, then what I'll do, I'll go ahead and start laying in some rendering.
Shout out to Eric July. He seems pretty excited on his first
This is
work
quite
being
sketchy.
published pretty soon.
You know, for comic book art, oftentimes you don't even need to
I'm
lay
happy
in any
for him.
rendering.
I know I was pretty
This is
excited
only
when
if
I
you're doing
did my
like
first
really
piece.
ultra detailed stuff. What's cool about showing you how I would shade the lips here is you get a good idea for the forms. can add in a little bit of a reflection if you want to give the lips a nice shiny look. And don't worry, we'll go with some more male looking lips in just a little bit. Let's go ahead and do a smiling mouth now. Now you'll notice that as the mouth stretches and becomes wider to create the smile, well, so does the shape of the mouth opening. It starts to flatten out a little bit, you'll notice. So that dip in the middle isn't as accentuated. And the same goes for the outline of the lips as well. It's going to be stretched out, flattened out, and less compressed than when the mouth is rested. Okay, but the shape is still there. The shape is just being pulled. It's just being narrowed a little bit. Okay, so now we've got another interesting expression for the mouth we can take a look at here. Remember, we got the middle little bit, we got the corners of the mouth, and then we got the bits that join them together in between. So this is a bit more of a smirk that we're looking at. Just to give you an idea of the anatomy, I guess, that we're dealing with. In other words, the pockets of fat within the lip. You've got this little bit here in the front. Looks a bit like a love heart. And you've got these bits toward the ends of the lips. Again, little pockets of fat. And then you've got the joining areas. On the bottom lip, you've got these two giant pockets of fat. Again, I'm just trying to show you the forms here that are going on within the lips. And of course, you got the little dip up above your lips that you'll also probably want to consider. You've got the underside plane of the mouth. And the mouth muzzle, of course. Let's go ahead and just do a few more mouths drawn from the front. I'm going to draw some different mouth expressions. Okay, so we've got a bit more of a smile here, as the sides, the corners of the mouth are pulled outwards. And you might get a look at the teeth, which, you never want to define like this. That's going to look scary. I usually just define teeth as some very simple, basic lines. Nothing too crazy. Next up, I'll draw some man-looking lips. So some lips that aren't going to have the outline for their lips as defined. It's okay to shade the top of the male lips, because sometimes they're going to fall into shadow, and that's fine. But really, you don't want to make it as pure as though they're wearing lipstick, unless they are, of course. Which some dude characters are wearing lipstick, like the Joker, maybe, for example. You're just going to be going ahead and defining some of the anatomy a little bit more on a dude. You might add in some actual shading around the muzzle of the mouth, at least in the lower areas there. So let's do another male mouth. Again, starting with the opening, drawing the lip outline around the opening. And that's about it.
Many different options when it comes to lips. Just whatever you do to make sure they're not loose.
Once again, if this is a dude's mouth, I'm going to give him a nice amount of shading.
I was a little disappointed when Austin Theory won. I was like, come on, no, not this guy. But
and thus get that masculine appearance to come across a bit more clearly.
Female Money in the Bank match was off the chain. I think it was too early for it to be used, but I guess Ronda had to go.
Slightly puckered looking mouth.
She dropped the title to one of them chicks, Liv Morgan. Or,
I'll do something that looks a bit more like this.
The ones that look like Harley Quinn.
Top lip might be raised a little bit.
Almost. With everybody else that was in there, is really good. Riddle. The Usos somehow still won. Street Profits, they hyped up their match. The road to their match seemed pretty good. But the Usos still won without Roman Reigns showing up. I don't think I saw him
some really
pop
nice
in.
full lips.
I don't think so. I might have looked away for a second and he might have popped up. Because he be slick like that.
And you can see, they look nice and juicy. These days I kind of draw female lips though that aren't quite as full. They do look a little bit more realistic if they're not as pumped up. It's completely fine if they are. That's just a stylistic decision, and it looks good, no doubt about it. We'll draw one more front view mouth down the bottom here. Let's draw a really angry one actually. One that's kind of snarling.
Got about 9 examples so far. One more to go. Halfway through it.
Right in the corners of the mouth there. Bottom lips. Now that we've got the opening defined, and we'll also add in the teeth. And again, we'll get a good look at how to define those teeth without making them look too defined, because otherwise it looks too weird. You don't want your teeth to look weird. They look scary. They look like monster teeth if you define every single one of them. And it's a big mistake, you know, most people do define their teeth if they don't know what they're doing, and it can lead to an outcome that's undesirable. Okay, so let's say that this is a man's mouth, so we'll add in some additional definition. That's looking pretty good. So that's the front of the mouth. Let's do some side view examples. You know, you're still going to be working with the opening of the mouth, but you're also going to be defining the outline of it as well. So the outline of the lips, at least at the front of them. So from the side, the lips kind of look like this. Okay, we're drawing some nice female lips here again. And there's another way that you can approach it as well. Rather than defining the opening of the mouth first, you can define the outline. And I'll show you that in just a moment, actually. It's probably more the way that I would draw the lips from the side. For example, when you're drawing the head side on and it gets to the point where you're laying down the lips, sometimes what I'll do is just something that looks like this. And then once I've got the outline for the lips defined, I'll go ahead and then add in the opening afterwards. And that can work just as well. It ultimately comes down to going with the method or the approach that is most comfortable for you. If initially you find that what I'm showing you just doesn't quite feel right, if it's not working for you, definitely try to mix it up and try to tweak it, modify it, so that it is enjoyable. Usually what you'll find is that, especially on women, the top lip will hang over the top of the bottom lip. It's not always the case, and it doesn't always have to be the case. Usually if, you know, you're drawing the mouth like this, where you've got basically an underbite for your character, that looks more apish, and so it's more appropriate for like a butch looking masculine dude. So you might end up with something like this, even though it's already a little confusing as to what we're looking at as far as whether it's a man's mouth or a woman's mouth. But to make it less confusing, let's just take out some of the outline, and that'll certainly make it more obvious that what we're looking at is a male mouth. Let's actually do some expressions for the mouth in this view. We could draw out an open mouth that's screaming. That might be fun to look at. So from this angle, the opening of the mouth would stretch all the way down. You know, this might be the lips here. And you can see how the mouth opening is now pulled forward. Again, that's because it's stretching, right? Like elastic as the jaw moves open. So you'll be able to see the teeth. We could draw out an open smile. So a smile where the teeth are being revealed. Okay, starting with the opening and then dropping the bottom lip down. And we've got the lips. You know, I'm only doing a bunch of lipped lady looking mouths because once again, it gives us a good look at how the shape of the lips would be defined in these different views. So there's our side views. They're looking pretty solid, I think. Let's do some male mouths from the side just to mix things up a bit. You'll notice here that I'm going to invert the teeth and increase that underbite with this example. This is probably way too exaggerated actually, but you know, and we are getting into a little bit of facial expressions here. Once you know how to draw the basic mouth from the side and from the front, it becomes fairly easy. There's not a whole lot that really has to go in to overcomplicate it, honestly. So then, in order to make it interesting, we can start expressing the mouth. Expressing emotions through some of these facial features. The last thing I'll go over is just a bit of a description of the geometry that we're dealing with in the side view. What the side view offers us is a really good look at the mouth muzzle, the actual form around the mouth as it sits onto the head. And then of course you've got the lips, and remember the lips, they're going to angle inward back into the face toward the mouth opening. Always think of it in that way, because when you start to move the head and you start to rotate it, it gives you an idea for what planes are going to be hidden and what planes are going to be more revealed in any given perspective. Thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and that you got a ton of value out of it. And like I said at the beginning of the video, if you'd like to delve deeper into this topic, the full class for how to draw mouths is available on howtodrawcomics.net and Skillshare, which you can access via the links in the description below. It's going to show you how to draw the human mouth in the standard points of view, as well as the more advanced dynamic perspectives of the mouth. Alright, well that's it from me today. Until next time, keep drawing.
So yeah, for people that are interested, I mean, How to Draw Comics, they have a ton of stuff. I don't think I've seen this one yet. But yeah, this is where that training is from. And like I said, I'm a big fan of the way he draws. Corey and Clayton Barton, I count them as one. The Barton brothers, Brett Booth, and Michael Turner. Those are my main three go-tos. So I mean, my skills have changed tremendously since I've, learned a lot of their courses and whatnot. Yeah, I don't think I have this one. I think I might have to definitely check it out. Line method, best way I know for drawing mouths with these. How to draw front and side view. Mouth model is a simple model that lets you draw the mouth from any angle. How to draw mouths in perspectives. So yeah, I mean, they got a ton of resources in case it's your first time stopping by. How to draw comics. Oh, come on. Let's see. Their official website. Tons of good stuff. I think I was in their Facebook group before, and I had no idea what was going on with my art style. So I wasn't really sure where I wanted to go with it. And I was still in that, infatuated with anime style of drawing, and I would do like real undetailed sketches, and then just do the digital ink and just go to town. So now I have a bit of refinement to my work. So that's where I'm doing it, and that's where I'm taking it. And the Barton Bros, Ed Fochuk, they got courses, they got lessons. Robert Mazzullo, David Finch, like, these are the folks. Yana Gogpatch. Yeah, these are the folks. Jimmy Reeves. I just purchased a digital art pack, inking pack from him off of Gumroad. So, straight to the point lessons, cut out the middleman via college, and you get to go straight to where the art is, where the art truly is, and putting the practical stuff straight to work. That's very important. Let's see here. Alright, so that's what I got going on with that, and let's see, show you guys a little bit of what I got going on here. So last time we worked on Novera, and I was putting on her armor. So, so that's where with her armor, and then armor 2 with the utility belt, and then I add in the helmet, which I need to start rendering next. I just outlined it, but that's what we're looking at. Her hair gets thrown into a bun once the helm is on, the battle helm. And yeah, she's got some cool trinkets in appearance. It makes her a little more intimidating. And I believe, yeah, y'all have seen Detective Russell, trench coat and all. So now I've been putting on the utility stuff with Nirvana, and I already pretty much decked out the detail. I could add a little more darkers right in here in the boots and stuff for the shading, but Deuce is pretty much done with his farmer's hat. And I did some detail to the goggles, because that's what I want to make sure that's emphasized. And he's got some utility belts as well, so kind of taking it to the young blood days where everybody's got like a utility belt kind of thing. But I want to make sure they look different and not all the same like some of the greats. that have been known to skate by with that. So that's pretty much all I got going on. I gotta get going. I got some errands to run before I can relax and get back to drawing. But yeah, this is gonna be a short week again. Definitely no streams on Friday, or well, no streams on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Maybe Saturday. We'll see. No, probably not. If there are any streams, there will be silent streams. So I'd rather wait till I get home to do those. But yeah, I mean, it's summertime. It's time to get stuff done, and that's where we're at now. So that's that. Hopefully you got to learn a little something new, and I'll add the thumbnail a little bit later once I get a chance. And I'm gonna try to stream tomorrow if I got time, and have a thumbnail and promotion up for that. And thank goodness for the Comicsgate Communities group on Twitter, because I get updates on the kind of comics that I want to support, and that's where we're at. So I know the world's going to hell in a handbasket. I know. Not enough time in a day to talk about it. And plus, so many other people are talking about it. I mean, hey, if a troll comes my way and starts talking smack, hey, that's an invitation. I don't care. You'll get my smack talking any time of the week if you want. And I will find a way to maximize its effectiveness and try to get more viewers on this channel. Hey, I got to make do with what I got. You know, putting hope in people is something I would like to do, but I got to look at the reality. Hey, I got the talents, the means. I ain't shy, so I'm going to speak my mind for the time that I allot, and it doesn't hurt my productivity. So I'll give you guys what I got. Till next time, y'all take care. Remember to keep it Omni. I'm Rob Wilson, signing out.
Feel my heart, it's beating. Oh, my body's breathing. It's just you and me. Feel my heart, it's beating. Oh, my body's breathing. It's just you and me. I'm so caught in this, but so lost deep in it, can't stop. I'm forever the one you call. Let's free fall. I'm so caught in this, but so lost deep in it, can't stop. I'm forever the one you call. Let's free fall.
Authorization accepted.
Shame to even let you see. Used to live